Obsession. This big scary movie that everyone's been talking about lately. I went to go see it with a couple of friends, and my God, there was just so much to unpack. It's late in the night. I just wanna talk. I just wanna ramble because there's so much to talk about this movie. But before I get into that, I if you haven't seen the movie yet, I want you to stop watching this. I really recommend that, if you're interested in the movie in the slightest, if you want to know, like, I think this movie is better seen on screen than just hearing someone talk about it. You shouldn't discover the movie by listening to someone talk about it. I really recommend you go see it for yourself. It was so good. It was like nothing I had ever seen. It was like no it was like nothing it was like no scary movie that I had ever seen. And I really think it is worth your time to go watch it. It is worth your money to go watch it. There are scary movies where you go in expecting, the tricks, the scary tricks that, you know, we've experienced over all of these scary movies that we've seen. It's kind of diluted us, and we come to expect them. This movie doesn't do that. You can expect all you want. At least for me, like, I could sense that something might happen. I sensed it many times, but it didn't always happen. The amount of times that you prepare yourself for something to happen, and then it doesn't. But then not long after that, it does. So it kind of offsets what you're expecting. And in that way, that makes it so much different, and so much more different. And it's, wow, I suppose the techniques are different or something. And it felt, oh, right, okay, yeah. I don't want to get into spoilers. So now I'm going to start talking about spoilers, because I'm just going to start rambling. So if you're still listening and you haven't seen the movie yet, leave. Okay, now to talk about the movie. I'm just kidding. I know you're persistent. I'm persistent as well. I do that too sometimes. Leave. I'm serious. I really think you should watch it before I start, giving all these spoilers, because I'm practically going to give away the whole plot. So go. Don't go that way. Just exit the video. Okay. All right. I'm going to start now. Jeez. Okay, so the main guy, what was his name? I totally forgot his name. Right. I was watching the movie with a group of friends, and some of us were running a bit late, so we kind of missed like the first bit of the movie, but I think we still saw enough of it to, get the full experience. So the main protagonist, he goes into the store, and he sees this one wish willow. And you make a wish, one wish, and it becomes true. But obviously, we've seen the trope how, you wish for anything you want, doesn't matter how much you wish for, it doesn't make you happy. But one thing that it doesn't always, that movies don't always, confront, is what happens if you decide to choose love. It's always people going for power, money, just like oppression of some sort. But they fully dive into what would happen if you wished for love, if you actually, changed what someone is feeling on the inside, like oppression, you're intimidating them with your power, and then you're affecting them externally. This is internal sabotage of some sort. And so it works. And Nikki, she's the person that, he wishes, I wish Nikki loved me more than anyone in the effing world. And he breaks it. And then, right, this scene, he was dropping, this is before he wished upon Nikki, and then all that happened, and he was dropping her off at her home. And then confronting him, and he was like, oh no, and she was like, do you like me? Because if you do, now would be the time to say it. And he said no. He didn't say no literally. He said a different line, like, I think we are really good friends or something. But he denied it. He denied it. And there was, like, before that, there was build up to where he would tell her, because she's leaving town, she wants to expand her career or do what she loves. And so she's leaving because they're colleagues. They work at the same place together with two other people. Yeah, so as she's walking up to her home, he has this one wish Willow. This was going to be his gift to her, but I guess like he's been trying to give this, like, bring this up, but he keeps, like, I don't know, he keeps backing off. He's just not confident enough to keep following through with his statement or whatever. And he does it, and then once he breaks whatever that is, there's like an instant shift. The shot changes to Nikki. You can see her standing on her porch. Like, we would have thought she would have gone to her house by now, but then she's just on her porch, and you can't even see her. It's just her silhouette because the light's out, and it's just her dark silhouette. Now that was kind of ominous, and that's when the tone started to shift. And then the movie just started, like, she started going mad. She started, like, it was like a slow transition. Sometimes at first she was acting all lovey-dovey, and then she'd go here like this. I'll try and act it out. It's like, oh, that's so nice. What the fuck? Ah! And then something like that. So she's just totally freaking out. And that was the real Nikki coming through. Like, every once in a while that happens. So what really happens is, like, there's this, like, I want to say demon. I'm saying demon because I've heard other people say demon, but really it's like something that possessed her. And the real Nikki is, like, locked away somewhere. Her mind is gone, or like trapped. And this thing that possessed her is the one controlling her. And it gets totally crazy. Like, I'm going to skip ahead here because that's where my train of thought is going. Sarah, she was the one that liked the protagonist. She liked him. But he really liked Nikki. And it took having Nikki obsessing over him, finally getting what he wanted, but it wasn't authentic. It took all of that for him to realize, oh, maybe Sarah's really nice. Maybe I do like Sarah. And they gave us, there was a scene where they were together, sitting next to each other, and then they put their heads together, and then they start to give us the what if that, oh, you know what, maybe, and the protagonist might start to think, oh, maybe I do like her. Maybe being with her is nice. Maybe I don't need Nikki. And she called him up, and she called him over, like, late at night to her car to open up her last acceptance letter with him. And just when they were kind of like grasping their feelings for each other, that they both liked, like, that she liked him and that maybe he liked her too, Nikki comes in, smashes through the car window with a brick, and is just instant smashing her head on the brick numerous times. And when that happened, when she came smashing through the window, because, oh, Nikki became this thing that just could pop up anywhere. Like, she was truly obsessed. When it wasn't her, when she, like, sometimes she'd be in the freaking corner of the room watching him sleep, or she's just, walking backwards, like, she's all caring, and she goes, or she's just like walking. It's so scary. It arose the fear in me. And so she's just, when she, like, smashed through the window, I yelled. I was like, ah! And that was the first time in a very long time that I yelled. I yelled out of fear. I can't remember the last time I did that to a movie. I can't remember the last time I did that in reaction to a movie. I yelled, and that was insane. And she smashed her head, and she was dead. She was dead. Her face was totally done in, and she was dead. It's just, and you know what sucks is that, like, it happened more times before this, but the guy, the protagonist. Why am I blanking on his name? I might just search up his name so I can start using his name properly. But his he kept Nikki asked him, "Hey, I love you so much, hey, but you got to help me take care of this body," and he did. She murdered someone right in front of him, and he helped carry the body back to his place, and it's him going along with it, you know. He could see Nikki getting worse and worse. He like all the signs were there, very obvious signs, but love. He really, and when he wanted to, there was a number on the back of the One Wish Willow packaging that he called, and he said, "Oh, how do I alter the wish?" He didn't want to cancel it. He wanted to alter it because he didn't want the obsession part of her. He still wanted her to love him. So like he cared about her love so much that he just like, for the sake of a fake love that and the attention that he wanted, he let things get worse. And, the only way he could reverse his wish is either Nikki dies because then no one's there to obsess over him, or he dies and then his wish disappears. His wish dies with him. Once you die, the wish disappears. And so, oh God, when that happened, I was just so, oh God, it was crazy. And then at the end, the ending, I thought, well, the ending was even great. Like, it wasn't a despair ending, like Nikki, like everyone dies. No, Nikki lives. Everyone else dies. What's his name? Ian dies. Yeah, he gets shot in the head. Sarah, she, like, after being left there, her body gets taken back to their place, her body is just mutilated by Nikki. It's just like on the chair. It's just, and that was so, it was so sad. Everything about that was so sad. It's just like this movie was, let me put it this way. If this could be real, if you could hypothetically think up the situation, hypothetically, if all of this was real, if it could happen, if it would happen, this is the way this movie portrayed everything was the most realistic situation it could happen. Does that make sense? Like, if all of this could happen, if it could be real, the way this movie made everything was the most realistic interpretation of it. At least that's what I think. It was the most realistic way it could happen. And for most scary movies, there's always that character that makes a stupid decision, because they have to move the plot forward. This movie didn't feel like that. It felt like every decision was, reasonable. And of course, Jesus Christ, me really not knowing his name is really annoying me. The protagonist, he makes stupid decisions by not reporting the body, like by not taking action. Like, there's so many, the signs were all there, and he just kept going along with her until, but he was love, and that's a normal, love is blind. That's a normal thing to make a stupid decision of. So yeah, I think every decision that was made, like, I don't think there were any stupid decisions to move the plot forward. It was all reasonable, and I think it was realistic. All the decisions were realistic. And what was I saying? God, I forgot where I was going to go because I wanted to finish my point. So I forgot the other point I thought of and set up. Right, shoot. Oh my God. Oh, right, I remember. it was only until things got really bad, Sarah died, Ian died, where the protagonist knew he had to kill himself. Like, he didn't want to kill himself. He thought he could, you know, alter his wish and still have Nikki love him. It took everything. It took all of that for him to finally try and kill himself. And I think, well, and it's not just kill himself, but like even before trying to fix everything, and just going along with everything that kept making things worse. It's very in line with human nature that we won't really deal with something unless we feel the grave effects of it. Like, an example, there was something about microwaves, or was it, no, fridges, and then whatever technology I was using that was like destroying the cyanobacteria in the atmosphere, and then that would have destroying the ozone layer or something, I don't know. And it took scientists to finally figure out, this is bad, this can actually, like, we're on the brink. If it destroys that ozone layer, we're going to be toast. And worldwide, national, they removed all the fridges that were using that technology, and they checked, like, literally everything was gone. All the fridges were gone, and then they checked the ozone layer, and it was combining back together. It was healing itself. And so that was a great moment in human collaboration and understanding. But it wasn't until they understood the true risk, and they were on the brink. If they kept going, they knew it would be horrible, that they decided to change. This is the same. We're never going to truly want to change or want to take action unless we feel the effects of it. Like, otherwise we just keep delaying, or we hope for an alternative, or I don't know. I think I'm just rambling off on my point now. There's so much about that movie. There's I don't even think I covered all the points, because it's late at night. It's like 2 a.m. for me, because I watched the movie late, and I just wanted to talk before maybe before I lost the feeling of talking about this or something. I don't know. And so the ending, Nikki was the only one alive. And she was about to kill herself too, but the protagonist, he took some meds. Oh, right. The protagonist took some meds. He was going to kill himself, and he was like, oh, right. And at the very end, he was going to make himself throw up. He didn't want, he chickened out again. But then possessed Nikki used the one wish willow because he bought more, trying to reverse it. And then he was now possessed too, but because he wasn't able to puke up the meds he took, he overdosed and he died. And Nikki was really sad. She was about to kill herself too with a gun. And then she just snapped back. But now she has all that trauma to live with. All her coworkers are dead. More so, they're all dead in the same house. And if she could see everything possessed Nikki was doing, then she saw all of it too. It's just imagine the trauma. And that's this is something, they always talk about why you shouldn't make anyone love you. When the genie says, I can't make anyone love you. And this movie really goes into the what if you could. What if you truly did make someone love you? And the hypothetical situation that it brings you through, it all feels realistic, that if it could happen, this is what would happen. The person would be obsessed with you, but it's not them. It's not real. It's not love. And I think this is something that really, in a way, this really teaches someone, because, in the beginning when the protagonist denies liking her, that is so relatable on so many parts, at least to me, because I know, and I'd imagine it's the same for everyone else. We all do that, We're afraid. We want them to love us, but we're afraid to admit that we like them. So how can you truly expect someone to like you if you're not willing to admit that you like them, because you're afraid of, there's irony there, because you're afraid of getting, you're afraid that they don't like you, but then you're wishing for them to like you, and then, oh, I actually, I don't know. Yeah, I kind of lost my point on that one, but yeah. Is there anything else? Figured I would just, talk until I kind of ran out of points. Good. There's I heard that people cried, people were traumatized, and after the movie, I just like I like looked at the screen. I was just laughing. I was just like that kind of laughing, and it wasn't. Maybe it was a reaction because of how fearful it was, but it was just like, I don't know why I was laughing. It was just laughter. That movie was something else. It was like nothing I had ever seen. No scary movie that I had ever seen. It wasn't anything. It's a scary movie like none other. And it was a good one. It was a really good one. If I had a moist meter, like Moist Critical, I'd put it at the top. Like, it was so different that I'm literally making a video. I mean, 21 minutes. 21-minute video talking about it. Yeah, I just wanted to get my thoughts out, and maybe someone out there will bring their own points to the table. Oh, I mean, I was talking to someone, and one of the people I watched it with, and they were saying, oh, they think they're the nice guy, and they think the girl should like them because they're so nice. And I thought that was a form of entitlement. Everyone wants, or they want someone to like them back. I don't think it's necessarily an entitlement, but I was just rethinking it, and technically, yeah, any situation could happen. So yeah, there could be the nice guy that thinks he's entitled for someone to like them because he's so nice. He did all this for them and whatnot. And then it goes the same for the other thing as well. You're the nice guy. You just really hope, you really hope that they like you. But that's another thing this movie does. They don't really answer. Oh wait, no, they do. They kind of, that Nikki kind of friend zoned him or whatever. Yeah, so I don't know. I think one of the things that really puts into perspective that you can't make anyone love you. That's never going to happen. And if there is, then it's not. There's repercussions. Maybe not as bad as Obsession, Nikki and Obsession, but it's. So, I just don't know. Before starting this recording, I was like talking to myself. I was just like going over things that I could talk about. And for quite a while, I was just like, when I got to the point of trying to explain the movie, I was just like speechless. There's just so much, but so much to explain in it, but I can't explain it. That could just be my inability to explain, or could just be the late hours and my brain isn't working. That movie really was something. I think that's everything I got for now. This movie really handled the fear well. They used tactics that no other movie, well, different tactics that you don't really, not really the type of stuff you expect from other movies. Yeah. There's probably more stuff I would talk about, but it doesn't really all come to mind now, and I don't want to drag on this video for like another 5 minutes with 3 minutes of silence because I'm thinking. If I have to think long about it, then I just don't want to waste your time. So, if you've watched this, thank you for watching. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to post this. I thought it'd be nice to, post on YouTube. Maybe someone will watch it, and then, we could have a debate in the comments. Or we could, give me your opinion in the comments. But, yeah, because, YouTube doesn't always have to be for content. It could be for getting your opinion out there if you want. Having a conversation. So, yeah. 25 minutes and 33 seconds. I'll see you later.